The very first Stegosaurus was discovered here.
Ever?
Ever.
Wow.
That's a vertebrae?
Yes.
The size of this.
What is that a vertebrae of?
Marapunosaurus.
Raptor tracks.
How did they find that?
Yeah, how do you even know what that is? I would never see that. Dinosaurs!
On the road with Ron and Jason, on a routine expedition. Now the deepest cavern ever known. Down on the rapids, it's something tiny rat. It goes on down 1,000 feet below.
That is super cool.
You know what's cooler though?
We're going to see dinosaurs.
How cool is that?
I know, it's at sneeze level.
You see it more as a being than an extinct statue. You know, as many times as I see dinosaurs, I don't ever get sick of dinosaurs. People don't often think of Denver as a dinosaur destination, but if you want to learn about dinos, there are few places that are better suited. Many of the dinosaurs on display at the Denver Museum of Natural History were found within 20 miles of this museum. The museum is known for its amazing diorama displays of world biomes and wildlife, and they are incredibly detailed and lovingly created. But let's face it, this trip is all about those dinos.
It's a juvenile, so they're calling it Teen Rex.
Yes.
Found by 3 teenagers too. And they used a Black Hawk helicopter to lift it from the location. And at first the helicopter couldn't get any lift. It was 6,000 pounds with the host rock.
Wow. This is the Teen Rex, an adolescent tyrannosaur found by a couple of kids only a few miles from Denver. It's one of the most striking fossils I've ever seen. The museum has slowly been uncovering it and a beautifully preserved palm frond from the host rock over the last year, picking away at it millimeter by millimeter. All of these fossils were found within 20 miles of here.
There's the core sample from the parking lot. That's the one they just found earlier this year.
Whoa. Oh, right.
In the parking lot.
We just read about that.
In the parking lot of this museum.
Right.
How awesome is it that they're finding dinosaur fossils in the parking lot of dinosaurs?
Pretty awesome. The museum's prehistoric journey takes you from the origins of life on Earth to the present day, showing early ocean life to the first land-dwelling creatures to the dinosaurs we are here to see.
Dinosaurs!
Look how hollowed out these bones are, carrying muscles and tendons up and down the neck, but also just to save on weight.
They're the buttresses in the vertebrae.
Yeah. It's engineered to carry colossal amounts of weight as lightly as possible.
Basically a walking tank. He's all bones from the top. He's a Gargoylosaurus. You know, paleontologists have a blast naming stuff.
Well, I mean...
The Thagomizer.
The Thagomizer, right over there on the Stegosaurus.
Yeah.
One of the neat things I noticed when I'm looking at bones like this, that I didn't notice before I was an X-ray tech, that you can see fractures in the bones
Yeah.
that have been fractured and rehealed.
The remodeling.
Yeah. The bodies remodel these bones, but all over the place on these dinosaurs.
And down here,
There's healed fractures. They must have led some burly lives. And you've got these rib cages underneath Like, why would you need a rib cage underneath? Because you hunt creatures like Triceratops, which have big horns that can get up underneath you. Okay, quick correction. Allosaurus did not hunt Triceratops. It hunted a Stegosaurus, like in this diorama. Now we know that later dinosaurs also had these similar rib cages underneath, like T-Rex, which did hunt a Triceratops. Moving on. Allosaurus is going to have a rough time going after the Stego. Even here, look at the bony, what are those called?
It's interesting those didn't become more of a fused plate of bone.
Well, they're part of the skin, so they flex and move with the skin. Those tendons along the top help keep the tail straight. And they discovered those just a few decades ago. They thought these guys stood upright, you know, like Godzilla. But when they discovered this, they realized they were there to keep his tail stiff.
It's cool how they reproduced those.
Yeah.
Look at the orbital bone on that thing.
Isn't that cool? Edmontosaurus.
But considering there were so many animals that were this large.
Yeah.
There aren't that many.
Really the age of giants.
Truly.
Look at the size of the plates on this guy. Look how big that is.
Wow.
Like, I don't know if we could, like, it would take two of us to lift that.
Mm-hmm.
Our next stop is Dinosaur Ridge, southwest of Denver, a place where you can see both tracks and bones from both the Cretaceous and Jurassic era.
Dinosaurs. So, have you ever seen the Far Side cartoon about the Thagomizer? So, I forget exactly how it goes. Ron probably knows it, but there's the Far Side cartoon where they're talking about, like, you know, there's like these Neanderthals are giving like an academic lecture, and this pointy part at the end is called the Thagomizer after the late Thag Simmons. And paleontologists had actually adopted that, and they technically now call it the Thagomizer.
Oh,
That's actually the technical name.
Yeah, it is the technical scientific name for the spikes on the end of a Stegosaurus tail. All based on the Far Side cartoon.
Wow.
From like Thag Simmons or whatever his name.
Influence is going to happen.
Thanks for telling us that. I learned something new.
How are you?
Good. Can I help you?
See the painted Stegos?
I like her boots. We need one of these, Ron.
I do.
And now we know they keep their tails up off the ground.
Just like showing how that balance them in a different way.
Especially the ones with the very.
Like your mom.
I was thinking more like Nightmare Before Christmas, but yes.
It does.
Hi, folks. How you doing?
Hi.
Good, how are you?
Good.
That's a vertebrae?
Yes.
Size of this.
What is that a vertebrae of?
A very, very large sauropod called Marapunosaurus. If you look at our diagram there, you can see just how much bigger that is.
Wow.
So what part of the spine is this from?
Basically, it's this piece highlighted in yellow.
Oh, so thoracic spine.
Oh, eternity of the T-Rex.
That is insane. That is insane.
Marapunosaurus, they estimate, was about 35 tons in weight. And to put it in perspective, lengthwise, about twice as long as this building. This is the femur from Diplodocus, a smaller version, only 25 tons. You can just see how much taller. And then there is one even bigger called Argentinosaurus. It was about 45 tons. So that's why they're the Jurassic giants, just unbelievably.
Like 6 or 7 elephants.
Yes. And the original bone was found just south of here in Canyon City.
Really?
Found in the late 1800s.
Oh my gosh.
Very detailed drawings made. And at that time, most things were shipped across the country on railroad cars because it was the East Coast museums that had the leading paleontologists and paid for the studies. So it made it to one museum, then it was transferred to another museum, and nobody knows what happened to the bone. But the drawings were detailed enough that they could be recreated.
Okay. So this was recreated from drawings, not from a cast.
I'm not a geologist.
Yes.
I began to
But-
do as a geologist.
How much of the skeleton did
So
they?
my knowledge is less than perfect.
Basically,
They found one vertebrae.
yes.
Because I think of the
When most of the time when you find dinosaur bones, it's a jumble, it's fragments, it's often bones from multiple dinosaurs because they've moved with the water and just settled. When people find an entire skeleton, it's really rare. The famous T-Rex called Sue, that's in the Chicago Natural History Museum, that's almost 99% complete.
Yeah.
And then just a few years ago in Colorado on private land, they found a very early Stegosaurus
This is
skeleton.
just a little corner.
Again, very rare.
And they found the T-Rex, which we saw just the other day.
Yes, which is
T-Rex.
so
What a great story, right?
Yes, with those young teenagers. And then the museum found dinosaur bones in their drilling cores.
Yes.
You've heard about that?
Yeah, like it was like 700 feet under the parking lot or
Yes,
something,
they
right?
were drilling down to see if they could do geothermal energy and pulled up
So
the cores.
what amazes me about this is when I find a skeleton of a fox or a coyote, it's been scattered by predators. But I don't think this could be scattered by a predator. It's just have to like fall down, wash away, some pieces tumble away further, some get buried, some rot.
Dinosaurs didn't have a lot of natural predators other than other dinosaurs.
Yeah.
The very first Stegosaurus was discovered here,
Ever?
ever.
Wow. Did they all go extinct because they slipped on the shale and fell down the hill?
And up here is where we're supposed to look for footprints. What's funny is I thought that like getting up early in the morning would be great for footprints because you get the angular light,
Yeah.
right? But we are at the exact right angle here for the sun to be like dead on and have no shadows at all. So really the best time to be here would be like 2 or 3 p.m.
They got different things going on, and I like that they were not greedy.
There's got to be a million fossils in the
There's got to be something awesome down here. Any little divot could be something, you know? The ripple marks here,
Yeah, that's awesome.
and then the little tunnels
Yep.
created by little oceanside creatures. That's something.
It's something, right?
I don't think it's a track, but they might be fossilized worm tunnels here.
Yeah.
Or like clams, like where clams dig down. I think that's what you're seeing. And each layer represents a different time, thousands of years apart, hundreds of years apart.
Well, that's cool. We're gonna find an iguanodon.
Crocodile Creek. Oh, look.
Wow. Oh, dude. Look at these. Those are massive. Point with the shadow.
Oh. Bloop.
All the way down there. All
Oh,
the way up the
wow.
hill. Oh my gosh. That's super impressive.
So we are here in the middle Cretaceous.
So, okay, maybe this might be a stupid question, but why are the footprints dark?
They could be stained from mineral deposits, or they could have been like lightly painted.
Do you think that they were enhanced for our visibility?
Boy, that's a big theropod though.
Yep.
Imagine that thing lumbering across something with feet that big. What an awesome creature. You know, I'm surprised they came so close to the road.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh.
Land-based crocodiles in the Cretaceous time period.
They look like they're scratched all the way up that slope.
Yeah, all the way from down here.
Well, this wasn't a slope originally. It was flat and then tilted up by the rise of the Rockies.
Okay.
In the same way that the
So the scratches happened before the slope.
down.
Well, you see how the tracks up there were at an angle. So this was all uplifted by the Rocky Mountains
I'm curious.
when the Rocky Mountains rose.
Actually connected.
Same as Garden of the Gods, it just tilted up. And you can find the other end of this geology on the opposite side of the Rockies. Oh my goodness, look at this. The coolest thing about dinosaur tracks to me is that they tell you how the dinosaurs lived and moved. You know a bunch from bones, but you know so much more when you watch their actual behaviors, when they walk back and forth, how they tracked each other, how they followed each other, which ones followed which ones. They dug holes, how deep were the holes that they dug, whether they carried their claws down or up.
What coexisted?
What coexisted?
There's like at least 2, maybe even 3 different animals there.
Yeah.
There's probably just an amazing amount of fossils in the rocks that he used to build this little gazebo. Oh, that's so cool. A beach 6,000 feet above sea level.
Yeah. Really? Do we need a sign to tell us we're looking at ripple marks? Wow, we are looking at millions upon millions of years transitioning between the Cretaceous up here and the Jurassic down there.
Wow. Considering all of human history is what, 10 millimeters of geological layer?
Something like that, yeah. If you laid out all of history on a football field, human history would be a few sheets of paper in thickness at the 100-yard line.
Raptor tracks.
Colorado's first raptor track.
Wow.
How did they find that?
Yeah, how do you even know what that is?
I mean, I've been looking at tracks my whole life,
I would never see that.
and I don't think I would notice that.
It really comes out in the impression though.
It does, yeah. When you show the 2 toes and the raised claw over here. So apparently we are wandering into the Jurassic here on these layers on the opposite side of the hill where they slope up. And then over there we have Red Rock's Amphitheater, which is a much older layer of sandstone. But it's actually really rare to see all these layers together. Like Jurassic and Cretaceous dinosaur tracks together in the same place is like, that's a unicorn. Usually you're gonna find one in one state and one in another state or on the other side of the state. Thank goodness for the Rockies for just lifting things up so we can see them. So right now we're here in the Jurassic, and we started our hike way up here in the middle Cretaceous. That's a long stretch in 1 mile. This is a small carnivore.
Like, obviously that's something.
Yeah.
In order to identify it, though, you need to make sure that you have the shape of the bone.
Oh, cool.
So we know that it's okay. Josh is 105 million years old.
Oh, look.
Yeah, up under here too. See
Yep.
that?
You can see where it pulls down and comes back up, where they pushed into the mud. So we're seeing the underprint of the track.
Yep. Their footprints.
Wow. You can see the skin impressions.
Yep.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Look at this. This footprint.
The underside of the footprint.
Whoa. That's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see the impressions where they
Right
bent
here.
the earth down with their massive weight.
Wow. That's so cool.
Fun fact, small cells mean warm-blooded. Big marrow cells mean cold-blooded.
That's the time you get there.
So we go from fossil rocks to where we are tonight. We ended our day with a concert at Red Rock's Amphitheater. Boy, we really had fun making this video. If you had fun watching it, please leave us a comment below, like and subscribe, and pass it on. Dinosaurs!